No chance. They're gonna do it next time if you want to set it up. Hey, welcome into the precap Sunday morning. It's about 11:30 or so. It is the Bears. It's the Vikings. I'm David Kaplan, and my guy Guff is on his way back from one of the bigger college football games of the weekend, the Monon Bell game. He went to DePaul. He played there, and they play Wabash every year. And so they had the big game yesterday. So I'm handling these duties by myself today. Bears are 2.5. The line started 2.5, got all the way to 3.5, back down to 2.5. Here's my setup, by the way. A bunch of people have asked, hey, Cap, what's your setup? There's our setup right there. All those TVs right there. That's how we'll do it today. Super cool last night, by the way. My wife and my kids, I have 4 boys, 3 daughter-in-laws, 2 grandkids. They planned a birthday party for me because I have my birthday on Wednesday, and I thought we were just going to dinner. And I was in workout gear and walked in the house, and there were 60 people there. It was literally insane. It's probably the coolest thing anyone's ever done for me. It was a super, super amazing night, super emotional. Um, I've never had been treated like that in my life. I know I'm loved, and I know that, but the effort they went to for months and cooked all the food themselves. My son Garrett smoked 50 pounds of pulled pork, burnt ends, brisket. Like, he's a professional. He could do this for a career, and he chooses to be a stay-at-home dad raising their 2 little kids while his wife works. Um, you can't imagine what it was like. So anyway, just wanted to share a little bit of personal stuff. And that's the deal there. Now, on to this game. I've been screaming all week from the mountaintops to anyone that will listen. You have got to get pressure on JJ McCarthy, and you need to do it with 4 because Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, Aaron Jones, especially Aaron Jones out of the backfield on that wheel route, which he scored in game 1 to open the season this year when he beat TJ Edwards. You won't even have him today. You cannot let JJ get comfortable. You cannot. And then you got to be able to run the football offensively to set up play action and give Caleb a chance to take some deep shots. I think Caleb Williams is going to have his best game of the season. I'll be very surprised if he has a bad game today. Fully expect him to have a heck of a performance. So we'll see how this whole thing shakes out. But there is a chance that if the Bears win and the Eagles at home beat the Lions tonight, both can happen. The Bears would be all alone at first place, all alone. And then the Packers are playing in New York. Do they get the new coach bump for the Giants? I'm not quite sure they do, but we'll see because they've got, no Jackson Dart. They don't have Neighbors. They don't have Scatabo. That's a pretty talented roster that we saw here, especially when Dart's playing, but he's out with a concussion. So I'm not sure that the Giants are going to get all that in terms of a new coach bump, but we've seen Jameis Winston win big games in his career before, so hopefully he can beat the Packers. That would be super, super cool. And by the way, this game that's going on right now in Madrid, I just saw 2 of the dumbest coaching decisions that I've ever watched. So with a little over 2 minutes left, maybe 3 minutes left, Washington gets the ball down inside the 5. They get it down to the 1, and they go for it on 4th down. Why you don't take the field goal, I don't know. To take the lead, it's 13-13. And of course, they get stopped. The Dolphins go 98 yards, 4th down at the 1 with a little over a minute to go, and Washington has no timeouts. Only a brain dead moron would not kick the field goal there to take the lead and say, see if my defense could stop them. They went for it. Why? I have no idea. Because Mike McDaniel's completely brain dead. And of course, they get stopped. And so now this game's in overtime. And we'll see what happens. Maybe the Dolphins win. I don't know. But I'll just tell you, Mike McDaniel, that's a fireable offense. I think you're a bad coach anyway, but to watch brain dead decisions, idiotic decisions, the result doesn't matter. It's the process. And I think he's a terrible football coach. I really, really do. Dolphins have the football 2nd and 6 in the Washington end of things. So we'll see. Back to the Bears. This is a massive game. Massive. If you can find a way to get on your plane coming home 7-3 with a home game against Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers next, it's an amazing, amazing accomplishment. It's a winnable game. It really is. Jonathan Grenard is out. Does that mean Ivan Pace Jr. and some of the other guys that will come in these exotic blitzes that Brian Flores runs will make it tougher because there's multiple guys now that are going to fill in the role that Grenard had? I don't know the answer to that. I can just tell you it's a winnable game. It's absolutely a game that you can win. My prediction, 27-23 Chicago. That's what I believe happens. 27-23 Chicago. We saw one of the comments up there just a moment ago where it said that everybody around the league seems to be, I'm going to go for it on 4th down. That is correct. We see so much throw the gut feel or what you should do or old school football off the window. Analytics say go, I got to go. Yeah. Moronic decisions. They go for two too many times. Take the points. Take the points. And we'll see what happens today. I'm super excited for this football game. I got all my kids here, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We went out to brunch this morning and got my Bears gear on right there, baby. That's it. Bear down. Bears, Vikings kicking off in a little bit at noon. And then I'll have the recap as soon as that game goes final. Tonio wants to know who scores the touchdowns, Cap? I think Caleb throws 2 touchdowns. I would think 1 to Rome, 1 to Colston Loveland. That's my prediction. That's it. By the way, the Dolphins have just kicked the field goal to win. They just won 16-13 in overtime. So Washington goes to 3-8. And a year ago, I kept hearing, boy, Washington's such a better organization than the Bears. A year later, their quarterback can't stay on the field because he keeps getting injured, and they keep losing games. And now they're 3-8. So see if the Bears can get it done. Eric says 27-24 Chicago. Again, I expect Caleb to throw for north of 250. I do. He's indoors. He's got his weapons. They're offensively a very healthy football team. Establish the run, play action, deep shots. Let's go. I do think the over might be a good play. Do think it might be a good play. I think it's 47.5. I haven't looked to see where it's at this morning with all the family here, but I do think there'll be points scored. I do. I'm excited. I mean, we all love these 17 games and then hopefully into the postseason, but to just sit down, watch the game, and know my team's relevant. So I hope they're your team too. If you're watching this, probably is your favorite team. So our team is absolutely a relevant football team. 27-23, Caleb Williams, 250 or more, 2 touchdowns. Rome catches at least one of them. And I would also play Colston Loveland over on his yards. I think he's at 27.5. I think it was the last I saw. So check the number wherever you shop. Let's get it done. Let's have a great freaking day of NFL football. Can't wait. And then tonight, Lions Eagles after the 3:00 games. So it'll be awesome. For Guff, for our crew here at the recap, we call this the precap. And then I will be in our studio for the recap of what we hope is a Bears victory over the Minnesota Vikings. Bear down, baby. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you after the football game. Let's go. Take that.